Well, hello everybody, thank you for being here. We are August the 23rd today, and I do hope you hear me better than you heard me yesterday. I did my best to make my mic work as it should have from the beginning. So, since yesterday you did not hear me well talking about Bitcoin, I believe we should do it again today. So Bitcoin, the king of coin, once again, and a little introduction to the way I do my technical analysis with my very small level of expertise. So none of what you're going to see in this video is or could be interpreted as financial advice. Please do your own research and do your own technical analysis. So I'm using the Binance Trading View because we can have as many indicators as we want without paying. And I believe this is a good starting point. The indicators we're going to go through are, at least what I use, are the EMEAs, 50-day exponential moving average, 200 days exponential moving average, the Bollinger Bands, also the RSI indicator and the MACD. We are looking at candle charts, and therefore we're gonna try, but obviously I cannot assure you that we're gonna see anything as candle patterns. We are also going to go through this analysis through the hourly time frame, the 4-hour time frame, the daily and the weekly time frame, and see for each time frame what every indicator tells us, if it's more a bullish trend or bearish trend, and we are going to sum up everything in the following Excel file. So 1 hour, 4-hour, daily and weekly. We'll be looking for candle patterns, EMEAs, BB, Bollinger Bands, RSI and MACD, and tell, alright, this is more bullish, more bearish, or neutral, or I don't know, because it might happen a lot. As I said before, I am not a professional trader, so I am not very sure about what I'm doing. I'm just doing this for sharing my thoughts with you guys. Alright, let's go straight to the point and let's begin with right now. So we are looking at Bitcoin against USDT, and we are using the 1 hour chart. So to have a better view, I'm going to hide the Bollinger Bands so far. Talking in a candle pattern way, let me see, what can we see here? If I'm not doing any kind of mistake, I might believe those are 3 white soldiers, I guess, but I'm not sure entirely. I'm gonna have to work on that. Let me see if I see something more interesting. I don't think so. If I take only the close times from here to here, and the bottom, let's draw a new line here. We don't see any trend right there, so that's maybe slightly bearish, but that's very interesting because that means we have been going in this range, which is just below 21k and around 21k400 for the past hours. So that means you can do some trading, some swing trading on this range. Maybe that could be interesting. So let's put slightly bearish, because this is a slight descending channel, right? Let's move to the Excel file. Bearish descending channel. Right, now let's look at the EMAs. So interesting thing, a few hours ago, so 3 to 4 hours ago, the 50-day exponential moving average has been crossed. So usually, so far in the past hours, it worked as a resistance level, as we could have expected from any kind of EMA, but now it might work as a support level. So that's a good thing, because now we can believe that we could trade in between those two EMAs. So we can see here that for the past last 3 hours, this support level or around it has been tested. So that is very very interesting. On the other hand, what we can see is that so far we have not gone way above, so that's not reassuring. I'm gonna put bullish for this one, because the 50-day EMA will, I believe, I do hope at least, that it will work as a spot level for the next hours. So bullish 50 EMA as support. Now, what are the Bollinger Band telling us? Bollinger Band, oh, they are telling us all different story. So we can see that we are at the top of this Bollinger Band, and that we are slightly going back to the bottom of it. So definitely for me, this is a no-brainer. This is mostly bearish. Now the RSI indicators. So I use it the 6-1, all right, and I use it very basically. If it is under 30, we are entering the buy zone, and if this is over 70, that should be the sell zone, basically. So what we can see here is that we are currently at around 59, which is in between, but mostly on the overbought zone. So it might indicate, even though history isn't always repeating, that we might see a little pullback, and that's a little bit high, at least to me. I'm gonna put neutral on the file, but personally I believe that we are gonna go a little bit down from here. So neutral. Then the MACD. So I need to work back on the MACD to understand more deeply what it represents. Honestly, the only thing I recall from how to use it is that if the line, those two lines cross, then that means there is a trend reversal that might happen afterwards. And I don't remember what the fact that if they are close or far away, what it means. And the histogram, I'm not sure neither, so I do need to work back on this one. What we can see here, that in the past hours, because we are still on the hourly chart, we have had a lot of different crossing, so that's hard to say, but every time it crossed, we did have some kind of trend reversal. Here we crossed, and boom, we went up. Right there it crossed, and a few hours later we are going back down. So let's see this one here, and we then were in a mostly downtrend. Here we would have said a bullish trend, downtrend, and re-bullish trend. So we're gonna go for bullish for this one. I know this is very basic and I do hope I'm not saying big mistakes. Alright, now let's switch to the 4-hour charts. So this is interesting. Let's hide the Bollinger Band and let's look into the recent time frame, which is only this part here. Right there, I believe, is last Friday. So if we zoom out a little bit, we can see this is a very big breakdown in the candle charts, which we are not going to look into because it pollutes, at least for me, the view we are trying and the analysis we're trying to do. So I'm gonna go and watch this. Let's see if we can find a trend on this one too. So we got something going slightly up around here. So move this one until there, and should be the case somewhere around here. So maybe we are in some kind of current ascending channel, but which does not look pretty strong. I would be more confident if maybe not this candle, but maybe the next one would hit the top of it, which would be around 21,700K, 21K700. That should confirm in, and then a trend reversal and keep going up and down. So let's go for bullish for this one. So what we're gonna say at the end is alright, that's funny because on different time frames you can see different things. What are the key takeout of it? Well, this is what we're gonna see by the end of the video, not right now. So let's be patient. Alright, so EMEAs. What we see here, once again, if I recall correctly, is that the 50 EMEA crossing the 200 days EMEA, and this, I believe, is called a death cross. So that's pretty much bearish. So bearish here, death cross. Now Bollinger Bands. Ooh, tough one, as it was yesterday. Obviously, the Bollinger Bands are. This one is pretty small, so for my small experience, it's pretty hard to say what this means and when this will go. So I believe yesterday we were there. We put neutral, and so far, yeah, I believe we were pretty right, at least on the 4-hour chart. So I'm gonna go for neutral here. The RSI indicators looks like pretty much like the one on the 1-hour chart. It is 55 right now. It was 59, I guess, on the 1 hour. So pretty much neutral here too, but on a kind of ascending channel with some kind of ascending triangle here, which might or might not break out. I'm gonna put neutral, but in between you and me might turn into a bullish sign. And the MACD indicators, so good thing is lines crossed right there. They crossed also here, which indicated a downtrend, and this is indicating an uptrend. So this is bullish without any kind of doubt. Now, my favorite one, the daily charts. What is it telling us? Again, boom, hiding the Bollinger Bands. So daily charts is very interesting, I guess, because we can see here this candle, which is the one on Friday, concerning the liquidations that occurred following the Fed minutes, which was the day before. And if we zoom out a little bit, this is the week of kind of capitulation event that we saw in the first half of June. And then after this, if we just focus on what happened after, what we can see is that we have been trading in a pretty small range and pretty much sideways. If we go like this, we can see this is a ascending channel somewhere around here. Sorry, this is not a good one. This is right there. Alright, starting here, maybe the best starting point right there, which broke, as you guys know, by end of last week, right? So we can move it, boom, and the other one is here, up here, boom, boom, boom. Right, so we had a pretty strong momentum until then, and then boom, the minutes happened and broke everything, which was early last week. So now we are kind of out of this specific trend. Now, question is, how we out on a wider trend? Let's see if we can find something here. That's interesting. At least that's a top. And let's see down there if we are trying to match everyone. So we are still on a kind of, once again, keyword is kind of, ascending channel. Alright, so again, kind of, but, and this is something we have not seen a lot, is that for 4 days in a row, maybe 5 now, the base, the support line is been testing. So that could lead to either a huge pump to the top or a strong breakout to the downside. So it is pretty hard to say. I'm going to put neutral because I don't know how to interpret this, plus I'm not sure this is very true. But I believe this is an interesting construction we can see here. So neutral. Now concerning the EMEAs, so we all know we've been in a death cross since the beginning of this year and the Ukrainian war, etc., etc. So we're not going to talk about this. Although what we can see is that once again, 50-day here is a resistance. Here was a support which we have been playing with. See? Here, resistance, then we flipped it, support, resistance, support, hard support right there. Alright, now still support, as we can see, we're testing it, and then we broke down here. So now, what we can see is we are below this, so might work as a target price where we can go, but will work definitely as a resistance level. So, let's say that we do have a lot of more room to go, and let's put this as bullish on the 50-day exponential moving average as target. Now the Bollinger Bands, what are they telling us? We are at the bottom of it, working as a support where we could bounce off. That's what has been done 2 days ago, yesterday, and today again. So interesting, and hopefully bullish if at some point we could just jump off this level and pop off to the top of it, or at least the middle of it here around the 23k. So should be bullish. Now the RSI indicators, we are testing the 30, so we are still kind of in a buy zone. That doesn't mean you guys should buy, huh? Just wait for it. We're gonna talk about it by the end. So that's bullish. And finally the MACD here crossed the line to turn from an uptrend to a downtrend. So that's bearish. Alright, let's very quickly go through the weekly chart and then see what we can understand and what are the key takeaways from here. So weeklies is very interesting too to watch. This is the big November bull run, and then you can see this is a lot of red, a lot of pain that has been going on. We have all been through those pains. So in the weekly, we could end up the week like this one, pretty flat where we started. What can we see here? That we still are in a very, very downtrend right there. Boom. Boom, boom. This one and this one here should be somewhere around here. Not at all. Alright, so we are reaching the top of this descending channel, and we are most likely going on the other end, on the other side, so going down. So it's bearish. Boom. Descending control. Now the EMEAs. So how to work with on this weekly chart, because 200 week have not yet passed on Binance. So how to work with, but we'll do what we can with it. We are below the 50 and the 200 days exponential moving averages. So hard to say. As we can see here, again, 50 has worked as support, 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 boom, breakout, resistance, 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 small breakout, and then we're just going down. So let's put, as we said before, maybe bullish as the 51 as a target. Bollinger Bands, we are pretty much at the bottom of it, but not quite. See, we have this resistance level here around the 20k, which is a very strong resistance level. All right, we can see it here. Will it break? We're not sure. So that's interesting. Let's see. Let's watch this. Are we seeing some kind of descending triangle here? Let me just notice it a bit down there. So honestly, we tested it here. Oh, that's an interesting. Thanks for the Bollinger Bands to tell us that. So this is a small, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me just hide the exponential moving averages. Could this be a descending triangle? So, which could mean that at some point we could retest once again the 19,500, then go back to 22k, and boom boom, and then finally break down here, which was something like that. So 8k, and go back to 11 to 12k Bitcoin. I'm gonna change this on the pattern and I once again, on the Bollinger Band, I don't know how to interpret that. So just gonna go for this ascending channel plus triangle. Now RSI indicators, pretty neutral, 33 point something, still pretty low. We have been in the lows for weeks and weeks, which is the first time this happens in the for Bitcoin. So this is the first something new that's happening, which is still in a descending triangle. So just gonna go neutral, but pretty much not good sign, I guess. And finally the MACD. So interestingly, here we had some line crossing to turn into a bullish trend, then recross to a bearish, recross to a bullish. So we are still in a bullish trend right here according to MACD. There we go. So now, what can we say? What is the key takeaway now that we have done all of this? So key takeaway is, if we are looking on the long term, weekly and daily, we are seeing some more, I guess, bullish information. So which means at some point in the next weeks, month, Bitcoin will go up. On the other end, if we look here to the hourly and the 4 hours, what we see is that, at least with my expertise, it's pretty much more neutral. It's hard to decide if this is bearish or bullish, if we're gonna go up and down. So my understanding is, in the next days, because I believe the 1 hour and the 4 hour technical analysis help us understand how the next days will work. The daily and weekly, daily will help us understand how the next weeks will work, and the weekly and the next months will work out. In the next day, we might see some sideways moving until a bigger trend just appears. Outside of this technical analysis, which shows us that the trend should be more bullish, I don't know why, but I strongly believe we are going to go with a downtrend, and we have not seen the bottom of this bear market, because we still have no narrative, no good news, no big, great macro factor that will help the currency and the big investors switch to risky assets. I'm not aware of anything like that, so I'm pretty sure we are gonna go boom, breakdown in the next days or in the next week. Maybe we're talking about September, mid-September, end of September. We'll see about that. So I do hope that this was interesting for you guys, that you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash the like, please subscribe, share it, etc., etc. That would really much help me. Comment if you want to share what you like or what you disliked about this video, what you would like me to do in next videos. If I don't see you before, well, see you tomorrow for the next technical analysis with the coffee, and take care. See you soon. Bye.